Good evening and welcome to Anime-Zing Radio here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm your host, Doug English. Joining me in the co-host seats, as always, are our good friends, Miss Angela Rose.
Hi, everyone.
Mr. Darren Starling.
Hello.
And, of course, VTuber extraordinaire, Kaya Tiano.
Hello.
Tonight, we are going to be talking about my time at Zenkaicon this weekend, which was very adventurous. A lot of new things. First time at the convention for myself and my family. First time walking around with a VTuber. We'll talk about how Friday went hanging out with Aki Okumi. And also showcase some of the things that I bought. And also, we have a mystery bag to open up. Zenkaicon was celebrating their 20th year this year, which I didn't know they had been around that long. It's a nice convention in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The location is beautiful. It reminded me a lot of like downtown Boston with a lot of the old buildings, brickwork, nice statues in the middle of the street, a lot of one-way narrow roads, which Angela and Kaya know very well in Boston. Angela just shakes her head. She knows it way too well.
Yep.
I know nothing of the North.
You will learn when you get up here.
Well, remember, the most recent trip I had up north was straight to basically Doug's and straight back. So the worst I had was going around DC and going through DC.
That doesn't count. Well, that's a different kind of shit.
It is.
I can't say that doesn't count because DC is its own breed of train wreck.
Yeah.
When it comes to traffic.
But it was nice to have a 3-day vacation this weekend and not have to worry about work or anything like that. And it was weird to go to a convention for the first time in a long time that I wasn't focused on press coverage. I wasn't focused on a table. I wasn't focused on anything other than going, having fun, and just experiencing a new convention. I'm not sure what they had for attendance, but all 3 days were busy. It almost felt like this morning, a Sunday morning, anybody who's gone to conventions, Sunday usually is like the slowest day. That dealer's hall was packed more this morning, I think, than it was yesterday morning. And every dealer, every artist table that I saw there, and there were so many fantastic artists, so many fantastic dealers and stuff. Every table had people there constantly. I think the only time that you saw the dealer's hall not like jam-packed was when the masquerade was going on last night. Of course, because the masquerade's usually huge.
Just masquerade.
Yep.
Shout outs. Hello, Ross. Hello, John. Happy spring. And hello. I'm going to butcher this.
I'll say Ripto.
This name.
Hello, Ripto.
New person, or new to me at least. Welcome.
So hello to Ripto. Hello, Kathleen. It's nice to see you in here. Welcome, welcome. Great to see a lot of new faces in there. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. We're going to be doing a little bit of a review to start off of our time at Zenkaicon, and then we're going to be doing a preview, a look ahead of the spring 2026 anime. So that is our game plan for tonight. We also have a mystery bag that we're going to be opening up, which I'm excited about. Had gone by this booth multiple times. It was fun. We'll start off with our review from Friday when I got to walk around with VTuber Aki Okumi, and that was a lot. That was very entertaining, very educational. Figured out things to do for next time. Um, hello, Cybermax. Kathleen says, have you watched One Piece? My wife is currently up to, I think, episode 450 something.
I'm on
the live
episode
action,
0.
the live action One Piece. I finished season 2. Fantastic.
Hello to me, friends, pets. A lot of new faces. I love seeing the new people coming in and chatting. It's great to have you all in here. I have seen the first episode of the live action.
I've seen the first 2.
So
I'm going
good.
to go with the live action, though. I'm not going to watch the anime. Too many episodes.
No, same.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's okay. Me friends, pets, animals, and key.
Ross, I have not seen the trailer.
And interesting as it may be, for the live action One Piece, not sure that it's my taste. I will probably continue watching it, but I don't know that I'm gonna I'll watch the live action to see if it really piques my interest. But I'm with Angela. I don't think I'll ever watch the anime because it's just too long, and I don't have that kind of time. But getting back onto Zenkaicon, walking around with Aki Okumi, we had a good time walking around. Spent a few hours just kind of standing, waiting for the dealer's hall to open. So we were by one of the main walkways, and it was neat to see people get really excited about seeing a VTuber live in person. A lot of people have never met a VTuber before. I had a lot of fun picking on Aki because she would talk about when she does conventions on the West Coast, they have the robots where they can move around and she can kind of control where she goes. I told everybody that I shoved her in this box and she was stuck with me, which got a laugh out of quite a few people. A lot of the artists and the dealers that we walked by were very surprised to see a kitsune stuck in an iPad walking up to their table. Did make some new connections with different conventions out there. Setsucon was there. Otaku USA, I think, was another convention that was there. By Geekdom Con. We talked to conventions throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia, and Maryland. So there could be more appearances coming up for Aki at other conventions this year, which would be wonderful for her. We did promote Anki Expo quite a bit this weekend as well to anybody who showed interest in VTubing, and even with some of the dealers. There were some dealers that dealt in VTuber art. I did see 2 Garagura cosplayers, even though she's been retired for years. There was one on Friday and saw one today. Saw a lot of good cosplays because the guest list included Emmy Lowe, the voice of Mau. There was a ton of Apothecary Diaries. Of course, Uma Musume is huge. And there was I probably saw at least 30 to 40 different Uma cosplayers. And hello to Prismatic Silence and Drillbit. Great to see you in the chat. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. The weather this weekend was pretty good, except we did get a little bit of rain Friday, but was able to avoid it yesterday and today. Yesterday, we did go to an Apothecary Diaries panel with Emmy Lowe and Caitlin Glass. For those who don't know, Caitlin Glass played Emmy's mother in Apothecary Diaries in the English dub. So it was interesting to hear Caitlin's take on the success of the show, where she's only in like 2 episodes. And Caitlin also, we found out, had an interesting, like, I love finding out ways of people getting into the industry, especially back, the people who have been around for a long time. And thank you to Mochi Pan for sending you over. It's great to see you. Mochi is a wonderful VTuber. Mochi Pan VT sent Prismatic Silence to us. So it is wonderful. I enjoy her streams. I'm kind of lurking on her stream now. I know Kaya likes to lurk on people's streams too. I'm not as bad as him. I won't have like 800 hours this year, or 800 days of following Twitch streamers this year. But
I'm shooting for over 1,000. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying I won't have 800. I didn't say you wouldn't. And question for Angela and Darren from Ross, asking Jack of all trades for Darren and not a question, but saying Jack of all trades is getting a season 2.
Funny you say that. We were actually discussing that right before going live. I trust my anime list as a reference for if it's the entries in there, I trust it is reasonably accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And I am looking forward to that. That's on my radar. Finished season 1, so good.
John Knight says that his parents and him were getting rid of the leaves yesterday. Hopefully it was a nice day out down where you're at, where you were able to get out of outside and take care of leaves. And Prismatic Silence wants to know, Kaya, did you bring cookies for the class?
I did.
Kaya always comes prepared with cookies, and Angela does as well when we meet in person. I did spend a little too much money at Zenkaicon this weekend, but when don't I? The bills got paid, and then I splurged a little bit. I did get a Mau Mau figure, which was one thing that I was focused on. I got a Mau Mau print. My wife got some derpy stickers. My daughter was able to get a couple of things. I got a mystery bag, which I'll open up here in probably about maybe 10 minutes or so. We'll open the mystery bag and see what we got in there. We were able to say hi to Megan Shipman and Emmy Lowe this weekend. My wife got to meet them both for the first time, which was wonderful. Megan is such a sweetheart. She has been so busy, but I know she wants to come back on the show at some point. We'll try to get her back on when her schedule will allow it. Because I know Angela would love to speak with the English voice actor of Maple and Anya. What was the side
Anya is just everything, nothing, the usual.
But it really was a good con, and like my wife and I were talking about it. It's one that we want to try to make again next year. If on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. The one thing that we didn't care for is they don't offer single day passes for Friday and Saturday. You have to buy, like Friday, you have to buy a weekend pass. Saturday is a 2-day pass only. I've never seen a con do that, so that's the only gripe I have, because some people can't afford to go for the whole, or don't have the time to go for the whole weekend. They might only be able to make it a Friday or a Saturday based off of scheduling or work or things of that nature. So having to pay full price to make it only one day kind of sucks. But if that's one of the only gripes that I have, then like the staff was great, the convention itself was great, the location was wonderful, plenty of parking. There was a couple of parking garages that were right close. Probably say attendance maybe a few thousand, 2,000-3,000 people. It might have been higher just because it was spread out over 4 floors. So it's kind of, it almost had a similar feel layout wise as Kineticon, where you had like one floor, you had the main vendor area, autographs, artist alley, all in one area. Then you had panel rooms that were on a floor below it, and then 2 floors above had panel rooms, cosplay photo areas, gaming room, stuff like that. A lot of beautiful areas outside for photography. And yes, we do accept questions from the chat. Feel free to ask any questions that you have, Prismatic. We love interacting with you guys.
I see he's been eating Kaya's cookies.
Yep.
Eating too many cookies. Do any of you dream of making your own anime?
I don't have an ounce of creation in my body, so not me.
I have an idea of like animes that I'm surprised haven't been made yet, but I don't think that I could ever go the Gigic route and create my own because I'm not that creative. But I could probably give an idea to somebody who enjoys literature and storytelling like Angela, and she could probably create something. And I think as a team we could get something, but I don't know if any of us individually could come up with our own.
I do not have the artistic abilities. I know folks that do. But I'm just
I mean, I know we're all sick of isekai. Even I have cut back on the amount of isekais I've watched, but I still have the idea of when is Truck-kun getting isekai'd? He's isekai'd a lot of people. Let's see him get hit by a train and then get reincarnated.
For all we know, there could be a novel out there about that already.
There could be.
My response to that is just why.
If they're making somebody reincarnated as the hero's rib, I think Truck-kun getting reincarnated would be a better story.
Prismatic Silence says Truck-kun might be an eldritch abomination. You could make an anime about that, and you know what? I will agree with that assessment.
Look, let me break it down for you. Isekai is like Rule 34. They will find a way to do it.
Kaya's just too busy laughing.
Doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Look, Rule 34 itself isn't a good idea, so Isekai isn't either, but it's follows the same
aware. Logic. Oh God. Ross says he could see the 4 of us as the cast of Seinfeld or Cheers reboot, but reality, not an anime creation.
Oh my God.
Ross, what about Night Court with the 4 of us?
Oh, good Lord. We're definitely not the A-team. Yeah.
No.
C team, maybe.
I was hoping at least the B team.
But as I said, about 8:20, I was going to open up the mystery bag. This was a $60 mystery bag, and it says 1 random game mat, 1 random pillowcase, 5 random fandom acrylics, charms and stands, 4 random fandom mini prints. And I think they also included some pins because I told them that I was going to be opening this live on the air. So they were wonderful. I told them they didn't have to, but they were wonderful enough to throw a couple of extra things in there. So as soon as I get their business card out, I will be sure to promote them. because they stuck the business card in and they taped this up pretty good. So I have no idea what's in here. It has been sitting taped up on my hutch for 2 days.
You know, and depending on what kind of pillowcase that is, that's a really good value.
And the gaming mats themselves, like all of this is their personal art. I know that they had Apothecary Diaries, free rent stuff. They had a bunch of things there. So I'm going
And gaming mats are not cheap.
No.
No.
They're like 80 to 100 plus.
So I am pulling out the prints right now. So the random prints.
Hey, about to say, put yourself on the big screen.
Yeah, and I'm also going to shut off the backdrop, I think. Trying to remember how to do that.
I was about to say, all I saw a minute ago was a random socket on the wall.
So
Yeah,
I will hold these. I will hold these up one by one. Don't mind the mess behind me. So this, I'm not sure.
Seraph of the End.
Seraph of the End. This I think is an original character or original art piece, but the art's really good.
Mm.
We have this one. Like I said, I really like the art style. I think when I was walking by their table, Aki and I had stopped and talked with them for probably close to like 45, like a half hour or so. This I know is an anime, but I forget the name because I haven't actually watched it myself.
Hold on. Can't tell.
that looks like Persona 5.
Yeah, because I know I've seen that.
And it looks like, yeah, that's Joker. Yep, that's Persona 5.
All right. So we got all of that. This looks like the pillowcase. It's just a small pillowcase. We have to add our own filling, but it's double-sided.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So we have that, and it's nice and soft.
Very nice.
That is very nice.
That it's not like a huge pillow, but it is very nice pillow.
Be like a little head pillow or neck pillow or whatever you want to call it.
And then we have got acrylic keychain. It's double-sided. So we have that side, and then you spin it. I said I'm not looking into like see what everything is. I'm just kind of reaching in. And then we have this one.
Is that Meliodas?
I'm not sure. Probably. It looks like it could be. Reach in for the next one. Oh, this is a cute one.
Oh, March 7th.
That's a character?
Yep.
What is that?
Star Rail.
from?
That's from Star Rail, Honkai.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Star Rail, yeah, the gotcha.
Prismatic
Too many
Silence.
gotchas.
Prismatic Silence asks, have any of you dreamed of voice acting in an anime? I would love to try it. I don't think I would be very good, but I think it would be something fun to try.
I haven't.
It would be fun to try.
I'm one of those people. I want to try everything.
Though,
Screw it.
if I'm being honest, I've done a couple of like one-line stuff in I believe it was my friend's Transformers podcast. Like it's an acted thing.
I
Go ahead.
tried acting ish when I was in elementary school, and then after that, that was the end of it.
I did a voice actor's script read once at Northeast Comic Con, and the ironic thing is there were no voice actors at part of it. It was 2 podcasters and 2 comedians.
Who was more entertaining?
I mean, we all had fun.
It was a joke.
Well, the thing was,
No,
like, everybody chose different characters to voice, and both times the characters I chose hardly had any lines.
I've done a lot of theater over the years. High school into college. So
Here, and Angela, you made a comment. You know, I had bought a Mau Mau figure from the convention, and she got on my case about buying Mau Mau and not Jinchi. Well, we got the Jinchi keychain.
Oh wow!
Tell me that doesn't scream him.
It does. No, they belong together. Really, all I was going.
I am so happy that I got something.
And Prismatic Silence says, "What kind of character would you like to play in an anime?" You know, I've done so much tabletop role playing and stuff of the like over the years, so I'm gonna say
You just want to be Sally and Maple.
Maple is fun. I want something fun. Give me a character. Give me a character with a good story, and not just like the damsel in distress, if you will.
I would probably want to be like not the main protagonist, but I would want to be somebody like Heiter and Frieren. I'm there. I'm kind of memorable for a quirk, and that's about it.
I want to be the best.
Although
in class.
I suppose really I suppose I probably fall into at least one of the stereotypes of the girl that doesn't fit in.
Or the one that just speaks without thinking.
There's that.
Maybe she could
There's a lot of evidence of that. Wait, maybe what?
No, speak without thinking. I haven't seen the anime, but I'm aware of the sticks that they pulled in it. Asobi Asabase.
I don't
Never
know
heard
that
of it.
one.
Do you know that one kind of?
Never heard of it.
Okay, it's 3 girls, and it's like slapstick comedy kind of deal, and some very interesting stuff is said.
And
Prismatic
Pokemon
Silence.
Eevee.
Cute. Prismatic Silence, that was me that does a lot of TTRPGs, not just the straight up D&D, although I do that too.
Angela's the one that can do does the tabletop. I'm just full screen because I'm still showcasing everything. Got this little pin.
Is that a cat?
That is a cat with like shooting stars above it. It's hard to see with the lighting. And a pin I know my wife is going to steal because K-pop Demon Hunters is popular and she loves Derpy. She is going to be so happy.
I have yet to watch K-pop Demon Hunters, and to be honest, I'm happy it exists. I'm happy it won awards. I just don't. I don't know that I care enough to watch it.
And this,
and you can call you. And there's my hot take for the day.
and so shout out to the catcrossingart.com. Cat Crossing Art is the artist that we got the mystery bag from. I think I've pulled everything out but the gaming mat. And they had
Let's see it.
They had quite the collection of gaming mats. So let's see what we got.
Oh, let's see.
Ooh.
What can you tell what
Ooh,
it is
looks
from that?
pretty.
Of course.
Yep.
No. Oh, yes.
So Demon Slayer.
About to say the waves gave it away almost instantly. Like that art is too unique.
Yeah. And like I said, this is all their original art. So she drew this, which is an amazing, amazing piece. I am not a Demon Slayer.
Agreed.
But this looks fantastic.
It really does.
Prismatic Silence says, I'm going to shout this out because this sounds amazing. Prismatic Silence says they've been thinking about running an anime-themed D&D campaign for various small content creators that I've met on my happiness quest. That's Prismatic. That sounds amazing. And that sounds every so often Doug brings this up. He actually already alluded to it earlier, but one of the things I did a long time ago now is, so Bo Fury is an anime that all of us have watched and enjoyed. And I built Maple as a D&D character for a Battle Royale one-shot. And it was so much fun to play. Oh, Ruby. In case you couldn't tell. Sideways. In case you couldn't tell, I love Ruby. Because for a long time, that was one of my favorite shows. And Yang is... I actually cosplayed as Yang at a number of conventions before COVID.
And there was actually a car with the Ruby license plate at the convention today.
Doug, that's how we met.
That is how we met.
Hello, R.I.P. Montium.
Switch says he's watching from the car. How was the convention? The convention was fun. I spent too much money, which is a typical thing. Especially for anybody who knows me.
Yep.
We just got done showcasing everything I got from a mystery bag from one of the talented artists. Again, shout out to Cat Crossing Art. Check him out at catcrossingart.com. You can also find him on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I think it's called X now. Was Twitter. I'll hold their card up again so everybody can check them out because their stuff is really, really good. I'm excited about, even though it's Jinchi, I'm excited about getting a Apothecary Diaries keychain. I know my wife will love that Derpy pin, and she's probably going to take the play mat as well because she likes Demon Slayer where I couldn't get into it.
If I could see, I would show off my mat, but I have way too much stuff on it. And Switchhack says, just got off work, so I need to go home and crash and be awake for my shift at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Switchhacks, please take care of yourself. Go sleep. We love you.
Also want to throw a shout out Oh, go ahead.
And I look forward to meeting you in person in the fall at Anki.
I want to throw a shout out to Celtis Illustration. Show their card here because I bought an art piece which was my favorite of all of the Mau Mau pieces. This is the front of their card. Awesome illustration. This is the art piece of Mau Mau that I purchased. Absolutely.
Ooh, that is gorgeous.
That
is some gorgeous art.
There was a lot of really, really talented and amazing artists there. I probably walked by every artist's table in Artist Alley 5 or 6 times before deciding on that particular one to buy. And I'm going to put my backdrop back up. If I use that one, I look like Freeman. I think that'll be fun. We'll just use that for now.
Well, all right.
And it was, yes, you have drive safe. You have a wonderful, wonderful times getting home. Get home safe. Get some sleep. I know it sucked that you ended up having to work this weekend. There was talk about us trying to meet up potentially Friday so he could give Aki some crap while we were walking around as well, but things fell through.
Life got in the way. It happens.
Yeah, but we will definitely be seeing Switch Hacks at Anki. Excited about that. I'm sure Switch and I will be able to connect between now and then at some point since he lives semi-close to me. A lot closer than anybody else. Also, I wanted to show off the badge because the badge was pretty cool. And like I said, they were celebrating 20 years, and of course, ribbons ran wild. I think that's the most ribbons I've ever gotten from a convention. Only 4. A lot of vendors had ribbons that you could buy, or you could earn if you spend enough money about it, or spend enough money at their table. You could pick one for free. Those were just ones that we were given. Today, my daughter was even given a couple of ribbons for her badge, which was really cool. It was her first badges. I try to post on my Facebook page all of the photos and stuff that I had gotten from the convention. And I don't know if it went through because I posted it on the phone.
That depends. I don't know. Not gonna lie, I've not been on social media a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, I have been
largely because, well, but hey.
Yeah, I'm looking and I don't see them anywhere. So unfortunately, I don't think I can share all those photos. I know I put some of them in our group chat. If I do this, I can bring them up. So this is the Derpy mouse pad that my wife got. That was a coaster that I got, Iron Mouse coaster. Some stickers. And then the art piece. And then that was another shot of the figure. And that was the cheapest that I had seen that figure at the convention. There was one other table that had the same figure, and it was like $30 more. And then I did see a unit piece from Kuma Bear. I didn't know they make a flocked figure of Yuna, and I just did not have the money to get it because Darren, I would have jumped on that. But it was $180, and I just did not have that to spend on a figure right now. Also, Wild Bills was there. Anybody who's been to a convention that has had Wild Bills, you know that that's always a wonderful thing because they're so fantastic. I did get a Zenkaicon mug. Since it was my first time ever at the convention, I wanted to get something to commemorate it and have something with their logo. So that was a lot of fun. I know, us in the New England area, we've seen Wild Bills at multiple conventions. And we know their soda is fantastic.
They should be at PAX East next week, I believe.
They're listed.
I have too many mugs now of theirs. I bet you I easily have 8 to 10 Wild Bill mugs from conventions over the years.
Don't we all?
And the good thing about the mugs is that, like, the rim is really wide, so you can fill it with milk and dip Kaya's cookies in there. But let's flip it.
Doug, what are we going to do with you?
What? Kaya's always offering cookies. I mean, we can bring them to Anki, and then when you come in with the baked goods, we can dip the baked goods in milk as well. And if we're lucky, Angela will even live stream when she's making them. Who in the chat would like
at some point?
Who in the chat would love to see Angela just do a live stream of her baking and just chatting with you guys? Yeah, we do YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Prismatic. But we love
chat's a little all over the place.
But we thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Again, big shout out to Mochipan VT. Check out her Twitch channel. She's a very talented VTuber who streams random games. She does collabs with some other really good cosplayers, good VTubers. You can tell I've spent the weekend at a convention.
And
you do get to
like, and if you like some some smaller TTRPG Twitch channels, I am featured on both Enchanted Sorcery Productions, ESPD, Enchanted Sorcery Productions on Twitch, as well as Records of the Realms.
And also, if you
shameless plug for the channels I'm involved with, because why not?
And we'll give Kaya a shameless plug as well. We'll throw the link up there for if you want to check out Kaya's merch.
No. My merch.
So you can go and check out the Kaya's merchandise. I also am thinking about trying to get some ribbons made for when we are at Anki in November. I think it would be fun to be able to have some stuff to give out at the table. I don't think we can give away Angela's cookies, but I know some of the staffers are going to.
I was gonna say if you are in person at Anki and you want cookies, I will share.
While supplies last.
If everything goes okay, I'll have trading cards to give away.
You know what? And there we go.
Now I got to open the We can get ready to hop into my anime list and get ready to do the.
You know what? Let's see if this works. I'm gonna post links in the chat. There's one, and now there's the other? Come on. Oh, there.
I know it looks weird in our chat because it popped up 3 times, but it's like to Facebook, to YouTube, and to Twitch.
And here's the other one. They might be, I think they're live right now in a different campaign.
But we're better because
Or
Angela's
if
here.
they're not, they're going. But if not, they're going to be. And there we go. Links posted.
I mean, I'm not much of a tabletop gamer. I've only really ever participated in one small campaign that we did live on the show here. A good friend of mine came up with his own system, his own game based off of his comic series called Fae, and we did a live playthrough. Angela you got stuck playing the healer, and I somehow
did, and you know what?
I ended up getting the beginner's luck roll where we defeated the boss like an hour earlier than we should have.
You know what? I would totally be a mecha pilot.
And Kaya would be a magical girl.
That'd be a monk. Punch things.
No
Like
way.
my 14
Anybody
character.
likes the idea if mecha pilot or magical girl, boy were playable classes.
What would I be?
You'd be a bunny girl, senpai.
Can you be both? Can you also have a mech?
You know,
Because that would be sick.
agreed. And
I don't see why not.
Darren in D&D, there is a bunny race. There is a bunny race. I believe it's Haragon. But in one of my campaigns, we do have somebody playing that.
Yeah, and Prismatic Silence says rabbit folk are indeed agreeable species. I have always favored like the dragon newts, characters like that, as if I wanted to portray something. And Prismatic says that they've already written up the beast folk types. That's cool.
Awesome.
And earlier today, I was laughing because while we were waiting in line, it was either earlier today or it might have been yesterday, waiting for the Apothecary Diaries panel. I was scrolling through like the YouTube short videos, and they had a YouTube short of a bunch of girls dressed as Uma Musumes on an actual horse track. In the gates, they opened the gates and they all took off running.
That's awesome.
And the cosplayer dressed as Haru Urara won.
I wonder if
I
that
should
was
be.
planned.
I was like, wait, I think the Haru Urara won. I did see 3 different Gold Ship cosplayers at Zenkai. I saw 2 Oguri Caps. We actually got to meet somebody cosplaying from a character that's not available in the English release of the game. They were available in the Japanese release. And that was kind of neat to see a little bit of, the horses that we don't get to see on at least the English side of things yet. I also wonder, and Kaya, you could probably agree with me on this, with the popularity that Uma Musume has gotten. I'm surprised that the anime has not gotten the okay to be English dubbed, or that studio hasn't tried to dub it yet.
I'm not really surprised.
And of course, my wife and I were talking about that while waiting in line for Caitlin Glass's autograph, because I did get her autograph in my Show by Rock book, because she voiced Retori and she was also the director of Show by Rock. So we were able to have her sign the Japanese art book, which is hanging up on the shelf, sitting on the shelf behind me.
Because that could all be licensing,
Yeah,
mumbo jumbo type stuff.
I mean, I could see them not allowing companies to English companies. Prismatic says he has centaurs, but not horse girls as playable character as a playable species. But was curious, maybe he should make horse girls a playable class.
That's one of those. I feel like if this entire setting is anime, then there's no reason not to.
Especially with how popular that the anime and video game are. I mean, even the music is fantastic from it. Yeah, it's
Oh God. I just realized that in one of my campaigns, our NPC Himbo Wizard is probably not that far off from Mashal. Because it's a strength-based himbo who was built to teleport us from one realm to another. But
interesting. And we are almost nearing 9 o'clock. Shall we switch it over to the spring 2026 anime and take a look ahead at what we have to look forward to next season?
Let's do it. Come on.
So let's share the screen so we can pull it up here for everybody's viewing pleasure. And of course, we start off with more ReZero, which there was quite a few ReZero cosplays at Zenkaicon.
I need to go back and catch up on that, considering I watched all season 1 and then kind of fell off around season 2.
I lost interest in season 2 after a couple episodes. Season 1 was a hard watch for me. I got through it, but it took me quite a bit to get through it.
Okay. So when the majority of the top 9 are season X, that's wow.
Yeah, you have season 4 of ReZero, season 4 of Reincarnated as a Slime, which I am very far behind on that.
Yep.
Season 4
of Classroom of the
Season 2 of The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, and season 2 of Woodstoria, Wand and Sword.
You skipped over one.
And we're back. We did that on purpose. Part 3 of an arc of Dr. Stone. Welcome to Demon School, Aruma-kun, season 4. What's with all the season 4s?
And this one is Ascendance of a Bookworm, adopted daughter of an Archduke. That's another season of Ascendance of a Bookworm series.
Oh, part 3.
Part 3.
So 8 of the top 9.
And the one that we
are continuations.
And the one we did pass over, as Darren alluded to, Witch Hat, Altair. It just says it's a fantasy.
A fantasy that's not an isekai.
Let's see what they have to say about it. Coco, a humble dressmaker's daughter, has always been fascinated by magic and the witches who cast it. Despite the strict precautions they take to hide their methods from the public. However, when Coco takes advantage of a golden chance to spy on the skilled witch Kufri, she realizes that her favorite picture book was a disguised magic book all along. In her excitement, she immediately starts testing out the various spells. When a spell causes a disaster in her home, Q3 rescues her just in time and decides to train her, realizing that she is the first lead he has found that could help him track down the Brimmed Caps, a dangerous group of heretics who experiment with forbidden body-altering magic and spread magic artifacts among the commoners. But before Coco and Q3 can confront the Brimmed Caps, she is going to have to improve her magical skills and learn to get along with Q3's other apprentices. So, Studio Bug Films. Genre just says fantasy, and it's a seinen. Seinen. I can talk honest.
So the only other anime this studio has done was Zom 100.
Interesting. And Zom 100 I heard good things about. That I may put down as a potential.
What to be the underdog of the season?
And it debuts on our 12-year anniversary. We might have to figure out when that week to do our 12-year anniversary show, because that would fall on Anime Boston weekend, and I know Angela after back-to-back convention weekends will not be around that Sunday.
The answer to the Sunday of Anime Boston is maybe. The Sunday of PAX, not happening.
So we will play that by ear. I will be around this coming Sunday, so next weekend I will be around on Sunday. So we will be doing something with that. May have a guest, may just have a random chat night. You never know with us. We touched on the continuations, 8 of the top 9 season whatevers. Demons of the Shadow Realm, action adventure fantasy from Bones Film.
I feel that should be a copyright infringement. The Shadow Realm is dedicated to Yu-Gi-Oh! For real. All joking aside, let's see what this one has to entail. Okay. In an isolated village, 2 twins were born, separated by day and night. It is years later, and while the older brother Yuru has become a hunter of animals, his sister Asa has been locked away in a cage, ordered to perform a special duty that prohibits her from meeting more than a select few individuals. And on an otherwise inconspicuous day, a group of armed men riding in helicopters, referred to as dragons, by the citizens assault the village in search of Yuru, killing every adult on sight. When Yuru attempts to meet up with Asa and flee, he finds a dead body instead. On top of that, the person who killed her claims to be Yuru's true twin sister. Before the woman can capture him, Yuru is rescued by a man named Dara, an outsider who frequently visits the village. However, it is not long before the two are cornered. In a last-ditch effort, Dara makes Yuru give a gift to the deity of the village, summoning a pair of diamonds, whose existence is bound to reveal the truth behind these chaotic events. Sounds all over the place.
Yeah. Producers,
Yeah.
Bones, Aniplex, and Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Yep.
Action, adventure, fantasy,
Thus
shonen.
Thus
No,
all over
Angela.
the place. Not necessarily. Maybe.
Do it.
An Angela show? Yeah.
That's a maybe.
Ross in the chat says, we'll be watching our next one, Farming Life in Another World Season 2. I don't feel like it needed a Season 2, but I will watch because I enjoyed Season 1. And we will see how much bigger his harem grows, even though it's not really a harem. He just happens to have a village that is 98% women.
Oh, God. The beginning of the end, Season 2.
So another
Yet
continuation.
More continuations.
Yet more
That one.
continuations.
And that is a fantasy. I have not seen the first season. I don't know anything about it.
I watched the first. I'll probably watch the second.
What was it? Good?
It's
I liked
also
it.
listed as an East guy.
See, I don't watch all isekais. That's one I haven't seen. Give it time.
Moving on, we get into some alleged originals. The Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King.
Comedy, fantasy, romance. That is on Ross's watch list.
I was going to say, that sounds like it could be a Ross and Darren show.
That's a maybe for me.
The next one I think is a Darren show.
Of course.
Agreed.
I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. And then the one after that just screams Angela to me. Liar Game. Drama, suspense.
And it's Madhouse.
Madhouse.
High stakes game, psychological strategy. Yeah, that screams Angela.
That's me. That one I'll own. And then and
that might be me too. Because you never know.
Mission Yozakura Family Season 2, Rent a Girlfriend Season 5. Really?
Yes.
I think that's a final. I think that's the final season.
I don't think so.
No?
I honestly don't think so.
I'm not sure English title for this one.
I want to end this love game. I want to end the I love you game.
Okay.
Basically, if you click more information, it'll sometimes have the English title in that as well.
Yeah, I just clicked on there. It said in sixth grade, childhood friends Yukiya Asagi and Miku Sakura created a game with the objective to embarrass the other person by taking turns saying, I love you. 4 years later, even as they are entering high school, the two are still trying to one-up the other and claim victory. However, as tender feelings begin to bloom in their hearts, the simple phrase is taking on new meaning beyond the rules of their game. With the passing of each day, the urge to become more than childhood friends grows, but both Yukiya and Miku resist making the first move, hesitant about what is in store once the game finally ends.
Sounds like a cross between Kaguya-sama Love is War and Takagi.
And Ross says he's going to be skipping that one because he does not care for the romance shows that drag out long romances that never actually develop.
Well, that is going to be a me show for obvious reasons.
Yep.
Okay, and now to the one that's breaking the internet.
Marriage Toxin?
Mm-hmm. I've seen so much talk about this one across my friend groups.
And it's Bones, which means that Studio Bones is another good studio.
Yeah.
However, no licensors, which means we'll see when we get this one.
Yep.
Ooh. Ugh. This description sounds like a me show through and through. For centuries, the Poison Masters have perfected the art of assassination. Among them, the Jero family stands as one of the 5 most powerful families of masters, wielding unmatched skill and influence. Hikaru Jero, heir to this infamous bloodline, has lived his life deep in the shadows of the underworld, far removed from love or marriage. However, to ensure the Poison Master bloodline does not die out, the head of the family declares that Hikaru's sister will be forced to bear an heir. Soon after, Hikaru crosses paths with Mei Kinosaki, a brilliant marriage swindler who also happens to be his current assassination target. Determined to protect his sister and solve the succession problem himself, Hikaru makes an unexpected request on the spot, asking Mei to help him get married. Quote, that's the first time anyone's ever proposed like that, end quote. And so, with the cunning marriage swindler Mei as his advisor, the elite assassin Hikaru sets out on the toughest mission for love. His goal? The ultimate marriage. The most unlikely duo, an assassin and a marriage swindler, take on the world's toughest mission for love. Yeah, that sounds like a me show.
Surprisingly, that piques my interest.
I will likely be watching this one as well.
That seems like that could have some really good potential, and it kind of, different topics, but sounds like it could have a little bit of the Spy Family aesthetic of assassin, marriage swindler, as opposed to assassin and spy. But it seems like there could be some interesting intricacies that develop in this. I think this is one of those shows that has the potential to be a lot deeper once you start watching it than you expect on the surface.
Or it's going to be exactly that, superficial and brain candy and not much else, but still fun.
Up next, we have Petals of Reincarnation.
And this is the other one that's sweeping the internet. Because it's going to be reincarnations of historical figures, including the one that Tanya is often referred to as.
Interesting.
So, even though this is a reincarnation one, I think Ange would enjoy this one. Because it's literally historical figures.
Yeah, but it's not considered an isekai, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Theme reincarnation, but not isekai.
That's a maybe from me.
Says there exists an object known as the branch of reincarnation that can grant people the talents of the past lives, so long as they slit their own throat with it. Toya Senji is a teenage boy struggling with low self-esteem after growing up in the shadows of his gifted older brother. He comes to the decision that academic studies are his last resort in the search for talent, but fails to find satisfaction despite constantly placing in the top 100 for national mock exams. In a twist of fate, Toya encounters one of his classmates, Haito Lufo Buffet, a returner who has resurrected the talent of her past life using the branch of reincarnation as she fights against a serial killer. What? Mm-hmm. Genres: action,
Agreed.
mystery,
What?
supernatural. I feel like this could be a potential Angela show. I feel like this is one she might try if she has the time.
This doesn't in the description doesn't grab me at all.
Licensor Sentai Filmworks, so you can find it on High Dive.
Scroll down to the characters and voice actors section of this, and you'll see why I said what I said.
I see Nostradamus, Yu Zhang. Oh my God, Hitler.
That's the catch of the whole thing right there.
Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna regret every. Florence Nightingale. Schrödinger. Oh my God. Okay.
I told you.
Dermont. This could be interesting.
Another second season of another villainous show.
Most heretical last boss queen from villainous to savior, season 2. Now we have, looks like more original. Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy.
That's a me show.
Comedy, romance,
Yep.
supernatural. I would probably, knowing
That's
me,
Aaron.
I would probably check out a couple episodes to see if it's something that would grip my interest. Rooster Fighter.
What in the
That's
heck?
going to be the other interesting one. It's literally a
I-
rooster.
It's just a chicken fighting anime.
No.
Pretty much.
Watch the PV when
Hey.
you can. It's kind of like it's crazy.
I have the strangest feeling that the art or like the animation in this would go hard on the actual like chicken fighting scenes.
And then we've got a boys' love. Go for it, Nakamura.
That's an instant. no.
Another. Yeah. And then another maybe for Darren. Moving on. Gals can't be kind to otaku.
Yeah. most
Comedy
definitely.
romance.
Themes: otaku culture and school.
Yep.
Needy girl overdose. Meh.
I
I'm
was about to say
hoping someone takes it, but I'm not sure if anybody will even license that.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
licensor is
that
not
could be-
found yet.
I was gonna say that sounds like a Kaya show.
And it's
I played the game.
produced by Aniplex and Bit Groove Promotions are producers. Studio Yostar Pictures.
So they did Azure Lane, Arc Knights, Blue Archive. Okay, so predominantly games turned anime.
Now we
Akana
have
Benashe, which is the one I've been talking about since it got announced, because I've been reading the manga and I'm looking forward to this one. And that one's going to be debuted at Anime Boston.
and it comes out on my birthday. That is crazy. I keep forgetting my birthday's in 2 weeks.
You're an old man.
Don't
Yep.
remind me, I'm getting close to 50. And I have that rope bringing Angela with me.
Hey,
Granted the rope.
I'm still younger than that.
I know. I know I'm the oldest one here, but it's fun to pick on you because you're the second oldest.
True.
And Darren is the baby of the group, no matter what happens.
Pretty much.
And moving on, we've got an ecchi.
Which is
Yawa Yawa teacher?
I think you skipped over one.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Because she
I
couldn't
did.
pronounce it.
No, because I wanted to put out I wanted to put out the ecchi. Agents of the Four Seasons Dance of Spring is the one we skipped.
A drama fantasy romance.
And it looks kind of cookie cutter.
That might be a maybe.
Yeah, it looks rather meh. Like not a hell no, but oh my god.
What? What's so funny?
Well, not the Ramparts of Ice comedy, another comedy romance. That seems to be a trend. We seem to be getting away. We seem to be getting maybe slightly away from isekai.
And a lot of
And
rom-coms.
There's a yeah,
And
and
this
then we
one
get
is
into
Love
more-
Polygon. Ramparts of Ice. Love Polygon.
Not a huge fan of Polygon anime.
and
And I see-
rom-coms I'm just picky about.
And then you have a comedy fantasy, which I will watch.
Of course.
Vending Machine season 3. What in the heck? Why?
Because now they hack.
Because season 2 and season 1 weren't enough. They had to torture Angela further.
Well, season 1 was
Um,
a cute start, and then towards the end of season 1, they actually had a goal that they started working towards. Season 2 continued that goal, but they didn't finish it, which is why they went to a season 3.
Ace of Diamond Act 2 season 2.
Some more baseball.
And then we have a mystery supernatural. You only get one Mao this time. It's not Mao Mao.
Historical mythology time travel. Ooh, that's a
that
maybe
sounds
from me.
Yeah, that sounds like an Angela.
Nanoka passes through a portal into the Taisho era where exorcist Mao reluctantly rescues her from the jaws of a grotesque yokai. When Nanoka gets back to the present, she discovers she has new incredible abilities. She returns to the past looking for answers, only to get caught up in Mao's investigation of a series of gruesome murders. As her questions about herself multiply, Nanoka learns that Mao is cursed by a cat demon named Byokai, and so is his sword. If anyone but Mao attempts to wield it, they're doomed. But when Mao's life is in jeopardy, Nanoka picks up his blade and swings. Yeah. That sounds like right up my alley.
And the art style almost reminds me of like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep. No, we're not there yet.
Observation records of my fiance, the misadventures of a self-proclaimed villainess.
Some more villainous. Overdone at this point.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one there.
Look, I made it through one villainous series, and I didn't even make it into season 2 of it. So it was
Same.
entertaining. It was an interesting concept, but now they're really running it for what it's worth. The only villainous one that I actually planned to watch but never followed through with was May I Ask for One Final Thing? Because that actually was really good.
I started that, and I think my wife started that too and enjoyed it.
And to go along with the boys' love, we've got a comedy girls' love. Botan Kamina fully blossoms when drunk. Eh?
That I might watch that.
That I might watch just out of curiosity because the title I find funny.
Fair.
For no other reason, I find the title kind of hysterical. And okay, well, how does she fully blossom when drunk? I'm like, what could this happen? What could happen with this thing?
Possibly
Doug,
happen.
here's one for you. Everything, nothing. The next one, the strongest job is apparently not a hero or a sage, but an appraiser.
Provisional.
Hibiki, a high school student who
like
is suddenly transferred. Oh, go ahead.
This sounds like a you show. And it's an isekai.
That's probably a maybe for me. I've been trying to get away from watching a ton of isekais. I still like my isekai trash, but I'm trying to find other good shows outside of the isekai. If I can find like more fantasy realm than isekai fantasy, I want to kind of lean that way. Like this next one, The Classroom of a Black Cat and a Witch, sounds mildly interesting, a comedy fantasy. And it doesn't say isekai as a theme. Comedy fantasy school web manga and Leading
Spe-
Films. So they have a good.
Speaking of the moving on a bit, speaking of the 1990s, Fist of the North Star.
That's a throwback.
Yep. No licensors found. Producers Warner Brothers Japan. Yeah.
And then after that, we have Always a Catch. The fish I missed was big, but I caught another fish. But I caught another fish was too big.
Looks like a noble anime again.
Yeah, it's a comedy fantasy romance.
It's a fantasy. I was going to say it's a fantasy rom-com. Based off a light novel, hence the
weird title. That's probably part of the Japanese translation.
That's not necessarily a villainous one, Ross. You in?
I think he was referring to the villainous anime that we were talking about earlier. Synopsis of this one: Maria, the daughter of a duke, grew up believing she would one day inherit her father's dukedom. Accordingly, she focused her attentions on honing her martial skills or martial art prowess, while thoughts of marriage fell by the wayside. But the arrival of a baby brother in her family means she's losing her role as heir. Now she's decided it's time to marry after all. She's arrived a little too late to the game. Are there even any eligible bachelors left? Upon going to study abroad in a neighboring country where she might still stand a chance at getting hitched, she's bewildered when the crowned prince there declares before all that his engagement to her is null and void. Wait, what engagement? Apparently he's mistaken her for the wrong girl, but once all that's cleared up and he catches sight of her knocking out a whole pack of bandits, it turns out this prince may have a thing for this ass-kicking young ladies after all. That sounds like it could be funny. I might have to give that one a shot.
I'll give you a maybe on that one.
Just because ass-kicking.
Yeah.
Then we have another rom-com. In fact, I see a couple of rom-coms coming up next.
So this next
Ibarra's Teenage New Game. Not to be confused with the New Game anime that I really, really enjoyed.
I think you skipped over one.
Did I?
Yeah. The one in the middle. Oh, go back. Right there.
This one? Oh, because I did this one here. So we were getting ready to hop onto this one.
Oh, sorry. It's a different order on my phone.
Okay. This one?
Yeah, no, mobile is different from web.
Yeah.
Okay, that one is one I'm definitely going to watch. Because I forget what the English title is, but basically, you got a head of the discipline committee singling out a girl because her skirt is too short, and she's doing it on purpose to basically mess with him.
Interesting. Sounds like it has some potential. It could be an interesting watch. The next one, I don't know. Part of me thinks Angela just based off of Supernatural, but I also know she's very picky. Even a replica can fall in love. Romance, drama, Supernatural. Based off a light novel. So it's not an isekai, so it's got a chance.
That is... that... meh. That's a we'll see.
And Ross says...
And we're getting more... and
mystery romance. Killed again, Mr. Detective.
And Ross says he's
kinda
skipping the
reminds-
public morals one.
The detective one reminds me both in art and whatnot to The Detective Is Already Dead.
Yeah, kind of reminds me like the blonde-haired character looks like she has been used in multiple. No licensor found. Based off a light novel. It's a mystery romance, and Linden Films is producing this one. Up next, we have a fantasy slice of life. Kunosoki's Garden of God. Yeah, Kusunoki's Garden of God.
That wolf looks eerily similar to the one from Campfire Cooking.
It does. And then you have
we've got another...
adult cast.
We've got another one
Izakaya.
from...
Oh, go ahead, Ange.
Nope, looking ahead, we've got another one from Studio Madhouse. Awashima Hayaki, 100 views of Awashima. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Girls Only Musical School.
And Kill Blue up next, action comedy. A fearsome 39-year-old assassin has been transformed into a 13-year-old boy.
So case closed? But assassin style?
Maybe. It's a shonen. Studio Q. I don't know that studio. What else have they done?
Nor do I.
There's only two others, and I haven't heard of either of them.
Junket Bank. I don't know any of this. Last one looks like it could be like a Mario Brothers style.
Ay.
It looks like
the
it
second one hasn't even aired yet. Actually, none of these have aired yet.
Up next,
this will be their first one.
And then up next, we have a rom-com ecchi for Darren. Marika's Love Meter Malfunction. Confessing to my childhood friend, Marika, was impossible for someone as unpopular as me, so I did what any desperate boy would do. I wished upon a shooting star. When I woke up, that dream had come true. I could see a love meter for people, just like in a love simulation game. Once I realized this was real and not a dream, I went straight to see Marika. Her love meter was so low it had broken and practically fallen all the way to hell. If she hated me so much, why was she so nice? Is this how she really felt, or
Thunderay. And it's only a 5-minute anime, so I'll be watching this one.
yeah? I mean, if it's only 5-minute episodes and just go through quick, bing, 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 mild nudity.
So it kind of sounds like my wife is the student council president.
And then up next, we have Aaron the Southpaw, a drama by Production IG and Signal MD. Adult cast, visual arts. That sounds like it could be an Angela show.
Oh, actually, this might be interesting for y'all. The story follows Koichi Asakura, a designer for an ad agency who works hard but receives no recognition. After being dropped from a project, he visits a place from his past where he meets Aaron Yamagishi. Aaron, meanwhile, is recognized as a genius left-handed graffiti artist in New York, while enduring the struggles that come from her own path in life.
Interesting, a graffiti artist.
That's new.
That's a maybe.
That's definitely different. When we keep saying we want to see something new and unusual and different, that's definitely different.
That is definitely a maybe from me.
Another drama up next with Nippon Sangoku, the Three Nations of the Crimson Sun. Theme Military Studio Kafka.
The new era of the Three Kingdoms. Okay, so this is a play on Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Which means I'm probably going to give it a shot because I actually really like that story.
You know, you're not gonna like me for this, but there's an anime that I already know that you would not be interested to watch, but it has a lot of aspects of Romance of the Three Kingdoms in it. Any ideas to which one?
No, which one?
Kaya, any guesses?
No guesses.
Ikitosen ring a bell?
Nope.
Really?
I know. Did I watch Ikitosen? I think I watched some of it.
There was 4 seasons, and I was hoping for a 5th season. But basically, it was the ones with the Japanese students, the schools against each other based on the earrings they were wearing.
I think, like I said, I think it was so long ago that I watched it. But I do feel like I watched some of season 1.
Well, one of my favorite characters is a maid with an eye patch and purple hair. Well, she likes to dress as a maid anyway.
And speaking of maids, up next, the Food Diary of Miss Maid, a gourmet slice of life. We love to talk about food on this show.
That we do.
Yep.
That was your segue into the next show, Darren?
No, honestly, that was completely unintended, but it works.
It worked perfectly. EMT Squared and Magic Bus Studios, based off a web manga. What's a maid to do when she finds herself suddenly stuck in Japan for a year? Eat, of course. Follow maid in training Suzume as she tries all sorts of Japanese food, from sweets like taiyaki and melon bread to savory snacks like takoyaki and onigiri. Be warned, though, when Suzumi states her appetite through delicious treat after delicious treat, she may just end up wetting yours. So, a foodie show that I probably will be dumb enough to watch because I tend to watch shows about food a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I say that, and I've only seen like one episode of Delicious in Dungeon, and Angela will yell at me for that.
And how much of Food Wars did you
Yes,
see?
I completed Food Wars, I think, or most of
None.
it.
All 5 seasons?
I
I think I saw 4 seasons. I don't know if I saw the 5th.
Sorry to cut you off, Ange.
No, I'm just admitting I never watched any of Food Wars, but Doug watched Delicious in Dungeon, for crying out loud.
I did watch the first episode.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
I've seen more of that than you have of Food Wars.
That's
She
not
can't
the
say-
point.
No. I know this is a food anime, but never watched it. But I know you have, Doug, and you loved it.
Which one?
Have you Bento?
I liked it because of how stupid it was. I'm not saying it was a good anime
And
by
that
any stretch of
alone
the
is-
imagination. That is one
And that
Angela will
alone
never
makes
watch.
it a no from me.
The only way Angela would watch any of that is if we made her for one of our, everybody chooses a show to watch one episode of. That's the only way she would watch it, and I don't even know if I'd be that cruel to her. I would probably make. I have other shows to make her watch before that. That actually are
You're
decent
still not
shows.
getting me to watch Vending Machine.
That wasn't even on my list in my mind of shows to have you watch.
I
I
got
would-
one. Actually, no, I don't. I mean, I do, but I'm not gonna say it.
I mean, I would try to get her to watch something like New Game or Kuma Bear before Vending Machine or anything like that. Because at
What
least,
about-
what about what?
Never mind. You're on too wholesome of a kick. Never mind.
I was gonna say, were you gonna say something like, I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job?
I need to watch that. Thank you for reminding me.
Ow, 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 ow.
Mm.
But getting back to the spring list, up next we have another comedy ecchi. No English title for this. Ichi Joma Mankitsugurashi. Miko, a country girl, enrolls in a prestigious all-girls school under the condition that she joins a volunteer program. But instead of a typical school service, she finds herself living and working at a manga cafe. Surprisingly, life in a cramped booth isn't so bad, and with a staff full of cute high school girls, it might even be fun. Come enjoy the charm of a manga cafe filled with high school girls. No licensor found. That sounds like it could be interesting, or it could be really stupid.
Well, anything revolving girls and manga have been halfway decent. Comic Party. Let's see. What was the other one that about the manga? The girls in the manga cafe. Not the manga cafe, but they were actually like manga artists. There was.
I don't know.
Oh, Lord. It'll come to me in a minute.
And now we're getting near the end.
Up next, we have an action fantasy. No English type. Monster Eater. That one is from a web manga. Then we have Kajuma,
And then-
Why Sing When You Can Be Warble?
When you can
Oh.
warble.
Oh, When You Can Warble.
Okay. My bad.
Comedy
So-
supernatural.
Okay, so the one I was talking about is literally called Comic Girls.
Yeah, Ross says it in the chat. Comic Girls.
And then we've got Curio Fan Club, a comedy.
Then we have Snowball Earth, Adventure Sci-Fi.
Another rom-com.
Congratulations. Pardon the intrusion, I'm home. Excuse me.
This is one that I think Ross says that he was gonna.
I was gonna say I think this is on Ross's list.
So this is what it means to have roommates now. Office worker Rinko, 24, lives alone and is secretly an otaku. One day, her apartment gets connected to the two neighboring rooms through a hole in the wall. In the room on the left is a fresh-faced yet mysterious guy who is overly sweet to Rinko. The room on the right is occupied by a guy with violent tendencies who is similarly mysterious. But wait, I think I know him. Rinko's only source of solitude, her apartment has been turned upside down. Now every day is full of heart-pounding surprises. Comedy, romance, adult cast, otaku culture. And it's a shoujo.
Lots of otaku culture themed shows lately.
Yeah.
Ross says he's on the fence about this one.
And then we've got a fantasy isekai with no English title.
It's something about a goddess and a hero.
So
Sounds
synopsis.
like they're taking all the isekai tropes and putting them into one show.
Yeah, so it's the protagonist of the tale, simply referred to as I, experiences an endless cycle of reincarnation. The narrative takes place in a different universe where people are free to select their next form. However, the waiting list for popular roles like Demon King or Hero with cheat skills and a harem has reached 50,000 years due to a recent spike in applications. The protagonist decides to repeatedly reincarnate into increasingly strange forms because he refuses to wait.
Oh,
These roles include the rib of a hero in charge of a harem, a hermit crab, a vegetable, and even an explosive used to pull up blissfully happy couples. I think this should be a group watch just so we can pick this apart and make fun of it.
No.
I agree. I'm in. 3-1, you're outvoted.
I hate all of you.
Okay, we found the rib one. Oh my god. The fact that it's like, okay, I want to be an explosive that blows up happy couples. That I don't know why that just like set me off to laughter.
You understand that I am going into this with an extremely negative mindset, and I don't actually want to watch this.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to have nothing So I'm going to have nothing but snark and sarcasm to say.
That's why I
We
want you to
need
watch
more.
it. That's what we want.
That's what we need
Content.
more of on this show.
Content.
So you all want. So you want. You
We
want
want
the
you to go on a
anthrax.
rant about how bad it is.
Yes, I feel like this is one that if we all watch, because I have a feeling that we are all going to have, mixed reviews on this show, and it's going to be fun to get opinions from every angle.
And then you're all gonna instigate me to react on purpose.
And then you're going to instigate us to react to your reaction.
I hate all of you.
I mean, we're not asking you to watch Conception.
I watched one episode on my own. Fuck that.
Somehow my wife and I watched the whole thing, and she said she'd watch it again.
Well,
moving on,
that is all I have to say about that.
Moving on, we have The Regression of Great Sage Riddle, a action fantasy time travel theme. So not isekai, but time travel.
And another 5-minute anime.
Believe you guys made me put that on my list.
You're welcome.
We made you put it on your list, and Darren probably won't have time to watch it.
Oh no, I will be watching this.
I think we all have to watch it because we made Angela put it on her list. She will hold us to it.
Now we're obligated.
And you know what? It could be the funniest commentary on a show that all of us have in the history of AZR.
John, and the last thing on Ross's list, John Knight says, "Oh, Doug, you isekai guy." There, Angela Shoden lady. And Ross says the last thing on his list is the final episode of My Hero Academia. You know, I will almost assuredly watch that just because.
We have,
but I was happy with the ending.
I see Drops of God is another one.
Project.
Magical Sisters. The Luto Lily.
So, Magical Girl.
Yeah. Drops of God up next. After that, a drama gourmet mystery.
Wine Critic.
But it's not going to be better than Bartender, so...
Yeah, Bartender was fantastic. I didn't expect to like it as much as I was.
So good.
I didn't expect to like that as much as I did. And I even surprised Angela by being like, this was fantastic. Because you didn't think I was going to watch that one.
And you weren't... I didn't think you were going to like it because I loved it. And we know how that rule goes.
Yeah. Also, that's another one we can add to the list of ones that we like.
Yeah, Bartender.
Ghost Concert Missing Songs.
Action, sci-fi, supernatural.
Then we have a horror mystery romance supernatural.
What is this even trying to be?
Beyond Twilight, Selected Pandemonium, Hayaki Yuko Show, Tales of 100 Ghosts Traveling by the Night.
Nope. Oh God, it's another light novel.
Ritsu inherited his sixth sense from his grandfather along with a demon guardian named Blue Storm. Strange things seem to be happening around these two, and it's left them to get to the bottom of all these mysterious events. Each story is independent, but features reoccurring characters you'll come to know and appreciate as they, each in their own way, try to deal with things not of this world. So, genres horror, mystery, supernatural with some romance. And it's a historical theme.
And it sounds no.
It sounds
Just
no,
no.
and then Angela will find something that draws her to it and ends up enjoying it.
And then we
get to like the kids stuff that we don't really care about because none of us are going to watch.
And then go down.
Oh, and
the big important one.
Of course.
The important one.
Dandelion.
Doug.
I know you meant Dorohedoro.
Yes. I'm going to go back and watch that. I'm going to go back and watch the rest of season 1. Because it's still in my Netflix queue.
And then we have Ode Kake Gozami second season. Z-Tan movie. Then we have movies down here, a regular at Magical High School. I did not watch any of that.
Sound Euphonium.
Then Mononoke movie 3. More Love Live. Oh, that's the one I didn't care for.
More Detective.
And then,
no, that's a different one. That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Yep.
So that's the fourth iteration of Love Live. Okay.
And then go down, you get My Hero Academia.
Movie or My Hero Academia more.
It's basically a new final episode.
Oh, adapting chapter 431.
Oh, Doug.
Yeah.
You forgot to do something.
What did I forget to do?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't want us to get banned. You forgot to click the 18 plus checkbox up there to show the other shows.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not doing that. We try to be a kid-friendly show with some adult content of language.
If we're going
that
to
would be
do
an after-hours show.
That'll be an after hours, and we'd have to have our lovely friend Julia join us for that.
Have Julia join us for that. Maybe, if we could reach out to a couple of voice actors I know that are into some of that stuff.
There looks to be only 6, maybe 7 that were hidden, including one in the regular series.
And John Knight says
Somebody.
to Darren, you etchy guy.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I can pull up the pics from the weekend, so we can end the stream showcasing the photos that I got from Zenkaicon. So you can see cosplay and stuff like that.
Go for it.
And I got to get this properly.
And John Knight says, Kaya, I should call you Cookie VTuber.
Cookie Tuber?
A cookie tuber, yeah.
Cookie.
So we have a Brony original character. I think that was the only Uma Musume cosplayer that I got a photo of. I saw so many more, but when you're walking around with an iPad, it's hard to get photos of people. And that's a picture of the box of the Mao Mao figure that I bought. They had like 4 or 5 different variations, but this I like the most. That tree is 100% balloon.
I have to say, I never got that far into it, but part of me wishes I could get back into that again. I had fun with that.
I was very impressed by the fact that this was all balloons.
Wow.
And it did the whole weekend.
Yep, they normally last about a good week before they really start losing air.
Well, I'm surprised that like people like didn't accidentally pop stuff or things of that nature with how many cosplayers went over for photos and things like that, because that was one of the photo areas. This right here was one of the best Alias cosplays I've seen. The book lit up, which was
Nice.
fantastic. Apothecary group. Another Mao Mao cosplayer. As I said, Friday they had the Apothecary Diaries photo meetup, so there was Mao Maos and characters all over. The funny thing is, I saw so many Mao Maos, I think I only saw like 1 or 2 Jinchis. He got no love. But there was one woman that was dressed as Mao Mao that was walking around handing out little frogs, which I thought was
That's
absolutely
amazing.
that was epic. Albedo, no shell tears, but we did have an Albedo cosplayer. That was a pretty good Lucifer cosplay from Has Been Hotel.
About to say, how many Helliverse cosplays did you see?
Quite a few. There, I saw at least 4 Lucifers with wings, and 3 of them looked absolutely amazing. I didn't get photos of all of them because part of the time was either walking around with Aki, walking around with my wife at going through the booths. A couple of them were in a panel. This was a very impressive outfit as well. Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes,
That's really nice.
that whole thing moved. There was a line of people wanting to get photos with it. And yes, K-pop Demon Hunters, I saw 3 different cosplayers of Zoe. I didn't see any of the other girls. I saw 3 of Zoe. That was the only photo I've got. You were asking, Darren, about other Helliverse cosplayers. There's one behind.
I see Alistair.
Yeah, best character.
Agreed.
Oh, sorry, that was the other Uma I got a photo of, and that's the one that's not in the US. That was while we were in line, I want to say, for Emmy Lowe, to say hi to her. That's a better view of the art print that I got. And then stickers that we got. It's not all the stickers. The the coaster.
Oh,
yeah,
coaster,
that's just a coaster.
My bad.
That's the mouse pad there. And then that's my daughter. She was dressed up as Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
And then while we were waiting for the vendors hall to open up today, saw them, a Baby Metal cosplay. I was not expecting a Baby Metal cosplayer. But that's fantastic.
For the previous one, or
this one here is Baby Metal.
That's actually Danganronpa.
Oh, Danganronpa?
Yes.
That's Danganronpa.
Yes.
Okay, doing a Baby Metal pose.
Yeah,
Kinda.
sure.
I haven't seen Danganronpa, so
What was her name? Junko?
Yep.
this was one of the cosplay photo areas that was set up. Absolutely gorgeous. And then for Angela, you had the stained glass kind of medieval, good RPG setting.
Oh, hell yes.
I don't know what this
I
character was.
love-
I think
It
this
looks-
wasn't originally.
It looks familiar.
I think she said that was an original character.
An OC.
Yeah, an OC.
And look at what time it is.
How about Hatsune Gritty? Gritty is a Philadelphia
I was gonna
hockey
say
team's mascot.
that is the Flyers mascot. Gritty is best mascot ever, and Hatsune Gritty is just hilarious.
We saw him yesterday, never got a photo. The wife and I were like, oh man, I should have gotten a picture of him yesterday. Didn't happen. Saw him again today. I was like, I need a picture.
Every year when I go down to Philly for PAX Unplugged, a buddy of mine and I go to a Flyers game. So I always get pictures of Gritty.
That was one of the few Apothecary Diary cosplays where you had Mao Mao and her friends. And then my daughter wanted to go
Nice.
around and get pictures with other people dressed as Pokemon. And then that's the Show by Rock art book where I got the Caitlin Glass autograph for Retsuri.
Very nice. Very nice.
And that ends that. But on that note, it was a lot of fun tonight. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. A lot of new faces. Again, a big shout out to Mochi Pan for giving us the shout out during her stream and sending people over to check us out. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I know I had fun tonight. I think everybody else did. Kaya's running out of cookies, so he's got to make a new batch for next week. If he's got the energy to join us after a weekend of PAX.
Got PAX and an Anime Boston too, so
Now you guys have the
Yup.
back-to-back weekends.
That's hence I'm not going to be around for the Sunday of PAX because I'll be working PAX and then going home and collapsing.
And then we can just like talk bad about Angela when she's not here.
Yeah.
She's like, you
Sounds
probably
about right.
She's like, you do anyway, which we don't. Not normally.
No, I know.
Only when we
yeah,
say
it is-
Plymouth
it
is
is-
boss.
It is good night. It is good night, and see you next time.
It is. Everybody have a wonderful night. Stay safe out there. We look forward to seeing you all back again next week for more Anime-Zing Radio right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Have a good night, all.